Do you want your AI voiceover to sound just like a real human? I'm going to show you exactly how to create the most realistic human-like text-to-speech voices just like this one.
Where's my bag? Haha, this is about to be a great story.
Lately, a lot of people have been asking me to make a video on how to generate natural sounding voices for their AI Faceless channel so they can stand out and avoid being flagged or banned. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through step by step how to use AI to generate human-like voices. I'll also reveal the best voice model for your content. I'll share tips to include in your script to make it sound more natural and how to create your own custom voice. And towards the end of this video, I will share some powerful and free AI tools you can start using right away. So stay with me to the end and pay close attention so you don't miss any of these steps. So let's dive in. To use ElevenLabs text-to-speech generator, type ElevenLabs on your Google. Then click on the text-to-speech icon in the left sidebar. You can type in your script or generate it from ChatGPT. Then you can choose the AI voice model you want to use. There are 11 V3 Alpha and we have 11 Multilingual V2. And these are the two we are going to focus on today. 11 V3 is designed for very expressive, emotional, rich voiceover, while Multilingual V2 focuses on natural sounding, consistent speed. So the ElevenLabs V3 is still in research preview mode, so it requires some extra prompting to get the exact output you're looking for. But what you can achieve is very good. Text-to-speech. Multilingual V3 has 29 languages, while V3 has 70 plus languages. In using Multilingual V2, you can choose a voice by opening up the voice menu and searching the list to improve the output to sound more human.
The thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief in a thing makes it happen.
You can adjust some settings like the speed, which affect the speed of your output. You can make it faster or slower according to what you would like to use it for. Next is stability, which controls how consistent the voice sounds across longer text. Imagine you're listening to someone tell a story. If their voice suddenly changes halfway, maybe it becomes higher, more emotion or robotic, it will sound strange or weird, right? Stability prevents that and keep the voice steady and natural from beginning to the end. When you set it to low stability, let's say between 0 to 50%, the voice may sound more expressive and creative, but it can also sound inconsistent. But for high stability between 70 to 100%, the voice stays very consistent, like it was recorded in one take. It is perfect for long narration, for tutorials or professional content. But for best output, start with stability around 80 to 85% because it gives you a nice balance between emotion and consistency. After this, we have similarity. Sliding it high boosts voice clarity. But if you go too high, it can make it sound robotic. So I recommend leaving this on default around 60 to 70%. After that, we have style exaggeration. It increases the expressiveness of the general speech. But having this high can cause mispronunciation of words, so it is suggested to put it at 0. Then we have speaker boost, which you can also turn on. So this is how you can edit your AI voiceover to sound more human in ElevenLabs with Multilingual V2. I also have a bonus tip which can also help improve your output. Imagine you are talking to a friend using the script. You can note down where the script has an emotion shift. For example, you can use exclamation mark when a part of the script sounds surprising. If there is a part that requires thoughtfulness or small pause, use comma. Or if you would like the AI to emphasize more on a word, you can put it in capital letter. This little tweak will make the output sound more human.
In wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to preserve life, he built an enormous ark on dry land while the world mocked him. As the skies split open and waters surged from the deep, Noah, his family, and pairs of every creature entered the ark. In a world drowning in wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to preserve life, he built an enormous ark on dry land, while the world mocked him. As the skies split open and waters surged from the deep, Noah, his family, and pairs of every creature entered the ark, safe from the great flood that washed away corruption.
Now, let's move to V3. In V3 model, most of these settings disappear. The way we interact with this model is mostly done with audio tags. Yes, audio tags. Like in the previous model, you have to type down the expression, like in a storybook. For example, let's say we want to write, "Where is my bag?" You have to include "she said sadly." Okay? But in 11v3, you do not have to include "she said sadly." You can just write it in a audio tag, "sadly," and it will deliver that line, "sadly."
Where is my bag? Where's my bag?
As you can see, this makes a huge difference, and that's the power of 11v3. Its expressiveness. Whatever you can think of. For the audio tag, you can add it in with the script using square bracket. Yes, like so. You use square bracket and it has been registered as audio tags. You can as well use multiple audio tags based on how you want that line to sound. Or if you don't want to add it yourself, you can click Enhance at the bottom and ElevenLabs will add it for you. So let's compare the voice quality between V2 and V3.
In a world drowning in wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to preserve life, he built an enormous ark on dry land, while the world mocked him. As every creature entered the ark, safe from the great flood that washed away corruption. 40 days later, the storm ceased, and a dove's olive branch signaled hope. Stepping onto dry land, Noah worshipped, and God sealed his promise with a rainbow, a covenant of mercy and new beginnings. Haha, this is about to be a great story? In a world drowning in wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to preserve life, he built an enormous ark on dry land, while the world mocked him. As the skies split open and waters surged from the deep, Noah, his family, and pairs of every creature entered the ark, safe from the great flood that washed away corruption. 40 days later, the storm ceased, and a dove's olive branch signaled hope. Stepping onto dry land, Noah worshipped, and God sealed his promise with a rainbow, a covenant of mercy and new beginnings.
Drop a comment. I want to know your opinion on this. Another tip. Note, is not all voice works well with V3. You can choose the voice from the best voices of ElevenLabs. And if you don't find the voice you are looking for, you can create your own voice using the ElevenLabs voice design. Voice design is a text-to-speech tool that allows you to describe the style of voice you would like to use. So to do this, click on the Voices tab in the left bar. Then you will click on Create or Clone a Voice. Then click on Voice Design. Here, the prompt is the foundation of your voice. The more detailed your prompt is, the more accurate the voice would be. You can input details such as age, style, tone, accent, gender, pacing, emotion, and it will have great impact on what you generate. Then you can include your text preview using audio tags, and you can also include some emphasis on punctuations. And now we click generate. Then ElevenLabs gives you 3 different voices to choose from, and you can choose the one that sounds best to you.
In a world drowning in wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to preserve life, he built an enormous ark on dry land while the world mocked him. As the skies split open and waters surged from the deep, Noah, his family, and pairs of every creature entered the ark, safe from the great flood that washed away corruption. 40 days later, the storm ceased, and a dove's olive branch signaled hope innings.
In a world drowning in wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to preserve life, he built an enormous ark.
World drowning in wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to...
Then you can name it, label it, and give it a description so you can easily find it later whenever you want to create your voiceover. Okay? Then you save it. So you can now use it anytime you want to do your voiceover. So you can include it with the text to speech. So whenever you want to create your voiceover, you can just search the voice design that you have made earlier and you use it for your content. So it is uniquely yours because you design it yourself. So this is how to design and personalize your voice. Using your voice design will make your voice sound so expressive and human-like. So let's look at it. This is a voice I made using the voice design.
Father, I bring my heart to you tonight. Quiet every voice of fear and confusion. Let your presence surround me like a blanket. I give you my thoughts, my pain, and every worry. Send angels to watch over me. Cover my room with peace.
So far, that's how to design your unique voice for your content, and it makes your content sound human-like. So you can try it out. So bonus tip, I promise I'm going to share with you some of the text-to-speech you can use aside ElevenLabs. So another AI you can also use is ClipChamp. The only thing you need to do there before you paste your content on ClipChamp is to punctuate properly. You can also use Minimas audio. It has a wide variety of voices with different accents.
Picture this: moonlight, ancient castle, and a mystery waiting to be solved. Let me tell you what happened next.
And you can include punctuations and emphasis on words to make it sound more human. You can also increase or reduce the speed and pitch. You can also add emotion, but this is limited for CIS users. You can also clone your own voice into it for generating voiceover. So let's listen to how it sounds.
In a world drowning in wickedness, Noah stood as a lone beacon of faith. Chosen by God to preserve life, he built an enormous ark on dry land. While
in Minimas audio, you see, it also sounds great. For 100% free text-to-speech, you can use ClipChamp, Microsoft ClipChamp. Then you edit and punctuate and make sure you punctuate properly. It has variety of voices also. So from your punctuation, that will determine how your voice is going to sound. Okay, so it's either use ElevenLabs, Minimas, ClipChamp. We have Love Voice. Also, those ones are free. But for you to get or to generate human-like, you need to punctuate properly and choose voice that sounds like human. Okay? So those are the AI tools that will help you generate your realistic human AI voiceover. I really hope this helps. And for those that requested for it, drop a comment. I want to know your opinion on this. And this encourages us more. And if you have not subscribed, do well to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so that YouTube will notify you whenever we drop another amazing video. And do well to watch the next video YouTube recommended for you. Let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.